So guys, ladies and gentlemen, you're most welcome again. Today we are going to be looking at the Microsoft Word, Microsoft Word, and using version 2019. But the tools we are going to be looking at can be applied in all the versions. So you should not mind if you are using any version of Microsoft Word. What we are going to be learning here can be used in all the versions of Microsoft Word that you are having. So to start with, right now, as you can see, I have my interface of Microsoft Word. So Microsoft Word is one of the application of Microsoft Office. Microsoft Office has different application. We have MS Word, we have MS Excel, we have Microsoft PowerPoint, we have Microsoft Access, we have Microsoft Publisher, we have Microsoft Outlook, and then when you look at all this, you will also have Microsoft OneNote. So all these are the packages of Microsoft Office. Now, when you look at them, they all perform different tasks, and they are very vital in the operation of office work in every day of our lives. So today we are going to be dealing with Microsoft Word. And Microsoft Word is very important because it is a word processor which is used for word formatting, for formatting different documents that we work with in office work. So to start with, Microsoft Word has an interface which looks like this. On top of it, we have a quick access toolbar or quick access tools. These tools involve like the autosave, we have open, undo, redo, save, print, and so on. Then on this side here, we have the search box. This is where you type the keyword of anything you want to search for in Microsoft Word. For example, if you want to search about the spelling and grammar, you just put spelling and grammar, and then from there you will be able to see the spelling and grammar editor on the other side. Then we have on this side, we have the account. This is where you see the account, the owner of a person who is registered or who is licensed to use the current version of Microsoft Word. And then we have these two tools. We have the first tool is look like that. Then we have that one which looks like that. Then we have that one. This one is for minimizing. This is for minimizing the page, minimize. And then this one is for restore the page. And then this is for closing the page. So whenever you're done with doing whatever thing you do, you can close with this one. And this one minimize the page and puts down here on the taskbar. Whereas this one will help to restore the page and make it fill the screen. So these are the tools at the end of the other side. Then apart from that, down we have what we call the ribbon of tabs. What are these ribbons of tab? When we talk of a ribbon, what do I mean? This is a correction. A ribbon, these are what we call the collections of terms. These are what we call the collection of terms. So when you look at this, we have different tabs here. For example, we have the file tab, we have the home tab, we have the insert tab, we have the draw tab, we have the design, we have the layout, we have the reference, we have review, we have view, and then we have developer, and finally we have help. When you look at this, we have another tab which is called Tebtalks, but this tab was manually put there in the configuration. We are going to see how we can add more tabs in the ribbon. So this is what we call a ribbon. A collection of all these tabs is what we call a ribbon of tabs. So whenever you hear people talking about the ribbon, a ribbon, this is what we call a ribbon of tabs. A ribbon of tabs is a collection of Microsoft Word tabs which involves the File tab, Home tab, Insert, Draw, Design, Layout, Reference, Review, Views, Developer,
Ready
and
to join Team Mario for a new way to challenge Bowser? Then start your engine and bring your A game to the all-new Mario Kart.
Sorry about that. So we are still going on with Microsoft Word. This was just a small interruption, but sorry about that. So ladies and gentlemen, after understanding the ribbon of tabs, now you realize that all these tabs, like the Home tab, when you click on the Home tab, you get a group of tools. So whenever you click on any tab like the Home tab, you get a group of tools. And these tools now they help to perform different commands. For example, when you look at the Home tab, we have tools like the cut, copy, paste, format blender, which are under the group of Clipboard. When you look at the font, we have bold, italic, underline. We have the size, the colors. Then we have under paragraph, we have alignment. We have bulletin and numbers. Then we have different styles. When you come to Insert tab, we have groups such as pages, tables, illustration, and so on. So whenever we click on any tab, maybe Home tab or Insert tab, you get different group of tools, and these tools represent the certain commands. Present the certain commands in Microsoft Word. So whenever we are dealing with different commands, commands and executing different commands in Microsoft Word, we use the tools which are found in the groups, in the tabs in the ribbon. So first and foremost, whenever you see this interface, of course, this is what we call the workspace. The whole of this place, which is white, is the workspace. And then you look at the ruler here. We have the ruler on top. Below the tabs, you can see we have a ruler. This one helps you to check like the margin and the borders, so that you can know where to start the paragraph and where to end the paragraph. And then on the bottom here, we have the zoom. This one helps you to zoom in and then zoom out of the page. This one by increasing the size, or by increasing the page or reducing the page when you use the zoom. Then we have the read mode, the view mode. We have the print layout mode. We have the read mode, and then we have the web layout mode. This is for the website. This is for printing a document, and this is for reading the document. These three icons, or these three tools available here, are also very important in Microsoft Word. Then apart from that, we have this part here. As you can see, this one, this down here, it gives you the page numbers, the accessibility investigation, and so on. So ladies and gentlemen, once you are done with this and you've understood what is included in Microsoft Word, the next thing we are going to look at is how do we start opening Microsoft Word. To start opening Microsoft Word, of course, you click on the Window tab. When you click on the Window option on the Window key on the keyboard, you get a list of programs, and one of them is Microsoft Word. If you can't get Microsoft Word here, look for all the applications. So click on All Apps, and then you scroll up until you look for Microsoft Word. It is represented with capital, with W. If you can't get this here in the apps, come in the search box and type Word. Type the word the keyword, and then you'll be able to see the word app. So click on it. After clicking on that, now you get this layout. On this layout, now you have different options. The first option is the new blank document, which by default comes and is the one which of course we are supposed to do. Then we have the templates. We have the templates that we can use, and then down here we have the pinned files which are recent. These are recent documents that we have been working on, and they are always pinned down here. You can always open them and use them. So on the options here, we have 3 options. We have the home option, we have the new, and then open. This one, the new option, when you click on it, it gives you the chance to open a new blank document, or it helps you to gives you the chance to create any existing template. So we have the available templates. Then we have an option to look for online templates. These templates can be either in business, can be related to business. They can also be related to cards, flyers, letters, education, resume, cover letters, and holidays. So these are found online. So for example, if I want to get a template about resume and cover letters, I just come and click on that, and then from there I will be able to get all the templates which are related to resume and cover letters. So I can choose one of them by selecting one, and then a pop-up window will come. On this window that will appear on the screen, you will see an option for create. So when you look at this option where they're asking me to create, it means asking me to create this template so that I can use it. So I go ahead and hit on create, and then from there this template will be applied or will be created on my screen. So from here, what I have to do is now to go and modify with what I want, with different text or different values that I want to use. So from here, I can input the data I want, I can put whatever thing, but our aim is to see how do we use Microsoft Word. So after now knowing how to create different templates, coming up with different templates, now the most important thing is how do we create a new blank document. So whenever you click on new, then select blank document. So when you get blank document, now you get this layout, and on this layout, this is where now you get the interface which I've been explaining. On this interface, you get the quick access tools, you get the ribbon of tabs, you get the search box, you get the other tools like the minimize, restore, and close. Then you get all the tabs in the ribbon, and then and also the tools. You get this workspace, you get the zoom, and then the read mode, and then from there you also get the page layout and also accessibility. So after knowing all of that, ladies and gentlemen, it is another step to deal with. So now let's start with the home tab. Under the home tab, we have different groups, which one we have, like the first one, which is the clipboard. The clipboard. The clipboard is a very important tool in Microsoft Word because it contains 4 main tools that we use every day. The first one is the copy, then we have cut, we have paste, and finally we have format painter. So how do we use all this? Copy, this one, it just duplicates the original value, duplicates. And then this one removes, say, original value, original. This one removes the original, removes original value. And then this one is the process of inserting with an item which has either been cut or copied. And then this one is inheritance of properties of a certain value. So whenever you have a value, whenever you have a word in Microsoft Word and it has certain properties, the property can be either the colors, it can be the size, it can be the font name. Then by using the format painter, it can be inherited to another value, and we're going to see how we can do that. So to start with, I am going to select one of the, I'm going to input some values here, and on these values I am going to put a certain word like school, and put the word school. So after putting this, I'll go ahead and highlight this word. I'll go ahead and highlight the word school. Highlighting, you need to select to point the cursor at the end of the last value or the last character, or at the beginning of the first character. So from here, I can highlight like this. When you highlight, now you get a group of tools that will pop up at the top of the highlight, and those groups can either be showing you that you can either bold, this is for bolding, italic, underline, or you can increase the size. So in this case, I am going to increase the size of this word school. I'm going to increase the size up to 28. Then from there, after increasing the size, ladies and gentlemen, now my aim here is I want to show you how we can copy, cut, and paste this one. So what I'm going to do, I'll go to the home tab. After selecting home tab, I'll look at the clipboard, which is the first group in the home tab. Now I will select cut. Cut, I told you it removes the original value. So whenever I click on cut, it will remove this one. The other way you can do is by pressing Ctrl. You press Ctrl on the keyboard. So whenever you press Ctrl, by default you realize that when this word is selected, you see you can select the word, that is that. Then another thing, when you press Ctrl, you can cut, that is Ctrl X. You can undo, that is Ctrl Z. You can copy, that is Ctrl C. You can paste, that is Ctrl V. So from here, I'm going to press cut. Now when I press cut, now you realize that the value has been removed. That's the original value. So what I'm going to do now is to paste. Even when you look at the clipboard, the paste button becomes active, or it remains active. So I'll go ahead and press Ctrl. Now when I press Ctrl, I can go ahead and paste. I clicking paste. Now you can see a new word or a new value will be pasted. So from here, I can go ahead and do what? And look at this value which has been pasted. So this is how we can always cut and paste. So if I highlight this one again, I cut, then I go ahead and paste, click on paste. So you can keep clicking. The moment you click there once, it pastes or it inserts the value automatically. What about copying? We said copying, it removes, it just duplicates the original, but the original value will have to remain. So for example, if I highlight this word and then I go ahead and select copy, when I copy, you realize the original value still remains, but when I go ahead and now go to a new line, press enter to go to a new line, and then I select paste, I click on paste. Now you can see I am just duplicating the other value, but still I had to maintain the original value, and then I have to go ahead and create the duplicates. What about the format painter? How does format painter work, ladies and gentlemen? Now I'm going to select this value, the first word, which is school. I will go ahead and format it with different properties. I will make sure that I put the color to be blue, and then I will increase the size, and then I will make it bold, and then I will make it to be in capital letters. I go to uppercase and make it capital letters, and then I will also underline it. I will go ahead and underline it. So when you look at this word school, what are the properties? Can you see? Number one, the color, it has a color which is blue. Number two, it is the size is 48, size 48. Number three, it is underlined. And the number four, it is in bold. Yeah, I think those are the four main properties which I can look on this one. So now what if I want the same properties to appear on this one or either this one? So what I'm going to do, I am going to use what we call a format painter. How? I am going to select this by highlighting it. After highlighting this word, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm going to do, after highlighting the word, I am going to go and click on Format Painter. After clicking on Format Painter, it means I've already selected all the properties of this one. So I'll go ahead and come and select the value, the word I want to insert the property, the one I want the property to be inherited. So I will maybe use this one. So I will highlight this. After the highlighting, when you reach at the end, just leave the mouse, and then from there, now you can see these properties has been inherited. So it has been inherited, like how many properties? Around 3 properties. Only the capital letters have not been inherited, but when you look at the colors, when you look at the underline, when you look at the bold, and also the size, all that has been inherited. So you can highlight and go ahead and also increase the word, make it capital letters, so that now it can look automatically the same with the other one. So when you look at this is something very, very important, especially when you want to copy different properties from one word to another, from one page to another, without wasting time by always looking for all these formatting tools and using them to style your work. So this is what we found in the clipboard. So let's put there a new page, and then we look at what if we come and select. We come to what we call the font. So what do we find in the font? A font is another group in the Home tab, and on this one we look at the font name. We'll see the font name. So on the font name, I'm going to first put a word here. So I'll go ahead and put school again. So after that, I'll go ahead and highlight. So when I highlight this one, you can see I have the font name. All these are the names that I can use. Maybe I can select this one. That is, it changes the word. And then I can increase the size. This is the font size. I can also decrease the size. So we have 2 A's. We have this A with V arrow up, then we have A with V arrow down, with the arrow down. So this is for decreasing the size, decrease size, and then this is for increasing what? Increase size. So now, whenever you have a word like this, after highlighting, you can either decrease the size with using this capital A with the arrow showing down, or you can increase the size with this capital A with an arrow which is pointing up. So this one increases the size, whereas this one reduces the size. And then we have bold. This one makes it strong. Then we have italic by putting the word into slanting. And then we have like something to do with underline. This is how we can underline the word. And then we have different types of underline. If you want to choose any underline you want, you can click on this the drop down, drop down. Then you see a different option of underline, and then you can either look for more underline by clicking on that, and then you look in all these different style configuration. So the other thing we can do, ladies and gentlemen, is by using superscript and the subscript. So when do we use? We use this when we want to apply the power and the base on a word or a number. So for example, I want to write January 1st. January 1st. So when I write January 1st, you realize I need to put ST at the top, which is the power. So what I'm going to do, I am going to put ST, and then, but before I do that, I'll go ahead and click superscript. Superscript is the way we apply the power on top of what? On top of what? Of the number, or on top of the word. So from there, what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on superscript. Then you can see the cursor will go on top. Then I will go ahead and type ST. So you can see after that, I will click on subscript, and then it will put the cursor to normal. Then I can say January 1st, then I say 20, maybe I can say January 1st, then I say 2024. So you can see this one will format the date accordingly. So what about if I want say 10 base 2? So if I say 10 base 2, I'm going to use what we call subscript. So I click on that and then I write 2. So that one, now you can see this one will make the word base. This one we use the subscript. This is subscript for the base, and then this one we use this for superscript. And now this one is x power base 2, and then this one is x power 2. In Microsoft Word, whenever you look into the home tab, you realize that the superscript is donated like is represented with x base 2, whereas the superscript is represented with x power 2. That is how we can use the subscript and superscript in order to format different words in Microsoft Word. So after looking at that, ladies and gentlemen, then another thing we are going to look at is how do we change the casing. Changing the casing, let me try to put another page. Changing the casing is something very important, and this is how we are going to do it. So I'm going to first remove this. I'll move this, I'll remove all this, and then from there I'll go ahead and I'll show you how we can use the casing. So I'll go ahead and use the same word school. Then from there I'll go ahead and highlight it, and then I will increase the size. Go to the home tab and then increase the size. Now after increasing the size, now you can see all the characters are in small letters. If I want to put them in capital letters, I will use this capital A, then small a. This is the change case. When you click on that, we have different options. We have the sentence case, we have lowercase, uppercase, capitalizing each word, and then toggle each one. So when I click on that, this one, the toggle case, it makes sure you make sure that the toggle case, the first word will be small letters, others will be capital letters. Capitalize each word, the first letter will be capital, others will be small. Uppercase, all the word will be capital letters. All the paragraphs that have been highlighted will change to capital letters, whereas the lowercase to make sure that all the words selected are in small letters, whereas the sentence case makes a default paragraph by making the first letter to be capital letters, whereas others to be small letters. And this is how we can change the casing. I said this one are represented with capital A and then small a. Whenever you look at, you see this in Microsoft Word, this one is for casing. This is for change case. This is for changing the word, change case. This is for change case. And this change case, we said we have the toggle case, we have uppercase, we have sentence case, we have the capitalize each one. So all these are found on this icon, which is also found in Microsoft Word in the home tab. As you can see here, when you click there, you can see all those options. So the other options we are going to look at is how do we change the color of this. So highlighting this, ladies and gentlemen, highlighting that, if I highlight this word school and I want to change the color, you can see I have this capital A, then there is color down. So when you click on that, you can see different colors. When you hover on top, you can see the word is changing, and you can choose which color you want, or you can go to a color gradient or more color, so that you pick the spectrum of colors and choose which color you want, and then you can apply it on that. So the other way of the other thing is text highlight color. This is how you highlight the text that you have. So you can highlight that with any color, maybe yellow or what, but we have different colors that you can choose in. And then we have what we call the text effect. The text effect goes for outline, shadows, reflection, and so on. So this is how you can always deal with different text effects, like whenever you are dealing with the Microsoft Word. So you need to first highlight the word you want, then go to text effect, and then choose the one you want. For example, if you go for reflection, maybe reflection, you go for that. When you click on that, now you can see I have the word score, but it's being reflected. Okay? You know the definition of reflection in physics. So ladies and gentlemen, the other thing we're going to do, let me go back. Another thing we're going to do, which I'm going to show you here, is how to deal with paragraphs. So paragraphs, under paragraphs, what we're going to do, we're going to look at the numbering. We have bullets, bullets in, not the bullet in the guns, but the bullet in Microsoft Word. We're also going to look at the alignment. We're going to look at the alignment, that is alignment left, alignment center, and then justified. We're also going to look at the line spacing. We're going to look at line spacing. And then we shall also go ahead and look at the indent. So all these are very important. And also the borders in the Microsoft Word. So without wasting time, if I can insert a new page, you realize now on this page I am going to say maybe I'm going to put list of students. I can go ahead and say list of students at Tebtalks. List of students at Tebtalks. So when you look at this, when I go to a new line, and then I have to use bullet. When I click on the first bullet, you can see it brings the bullet in form. Then I can go ahead and put the first student. When I press enter to go to a new line, the bullet comes automatic. And then when I press enter, it brings another one. When I press enter, it brings another bulletin. So if I want to change the bulletin style, when I press enter, I go to, we have different styles, or we have different option of bullets. We have this one, we have that one, we have this, so you can choose any one you want. So what if I want to use numbers? Go ahead and select numbers. You can use Roman numerals, you can use just numeric values. So whatever you want, you can always use numbers and the bulletin. So what if I want to select this word and then I want to put it, align it to the center? By clicking on that to put the center of the page, by selecting that to put to the right of the page, this one on the left, then this is justified. Justifies the combination of both right and the left. Then from there, if I want to see now the spacing between this paragraph, line spacing, highlight everything and then select line spacing. You can use 1.1, 1.15, 1.5, 2.0, 2.5, 3.0, and so on. Or you can define the line spacing you want by clicking on line spacing, and then you get this dialog box window that will come on the screen, and then you can do different kind of configuration that you want. So the other thing you can do, what we call the borders. We have the top bottom border, we have top. As you can see, this one, it creates what? The top border. By creating on this line, meaning that you cannot go on top of the line. Then when you come here, you can create what we call the bottom border. So you can see right now, I have the top border and then the bottom border. Then when I come here, I can also go ahead and create the left border. Maybe let me put here. let me put this one here, then I see how it can be. No, let me do this, then finally let me do this. So I have these borders, but yeah, if I use that, I say Control A, highlight all, and then I select all borders. Now this one will put everything into the border. However, it has highlighted, selected the border with its all by the paragraph, but you can also adjust and make sure that you have only one border so that everything appears in the border. We are going to look at that when we go to the how we can design the borders. So this one is the theme color. You can change the theme color of the border you've selected. So example, you selected this border, you can put the theme color. If you selected this border, you can go ahead and select the theme color. If I've selected that border, you can go ahead and select with different colors. And this is how we can deal with borders, themes, and also indent. Indent is by we can either increase the indent or decrease. This is for increase then decrease. Now this is for increase indent, increase, and then this is the decrease. This is the decrease. So now you put the cursor at the end of the word, then from there go to indent. This one, it takes the words are to the right. This is what? This is the increasing indent. Yeah, moving to your right is increasing. So I just made a mistake here. So whenever you have something like this, this one, like this, this is the line showing the other side is what? Is increase, increase, and then this one is the decrease. Is decrease. So we can use that like increase indent, and then this is the decrease indent. It brings the word to the right, and then this one moves to the left, and that one stops at the border, does not exceed the border. Ladies and gentlemen, even when you try to decrease the indent, it comes and stops at the border. That's the border. It means even when you look at the ruler here, you realize that your paragraph must start adjacent to the ruler. You cannot move beyond the ruler. That's your margin and the borders whenever you're writing in Microsoft Word. So the other thing we're going to look at, ladies and gentlemen, is how to style. You have all these words, so you have your document. How do you style? We have style like the normal style. We have no spacing. We have headings, heading 1, heading 2. We have titles, subtitles, and so on. So all these are also used in Microsoft Word. You need to learn different way you can style your document in Microsoft Word. Then the other thing is this option, editing. This helps you to when you click here, it helps you to find out what do you want to find in Microsoft Word. It gives you this part here, and on this part you realize you have a box what, and they are asking you the keyword of what you want to look for. Maybe I want to look for 5. So when you click on 5, come here and select 5. So when you click on 5 and press enter, now you can see 5 will be highlighted. So whenever I want, maybe I want to look for MK. You come here, then select MK. So whenever you press enter, now you can see MK will be what? Will be highlighted. So what if I want to replace MK? I go to replace. Click on replace here on this this tool, and then I'm going to replace MK with maybe Francis. Then from there I say replace all. Now everything is okay. Now you can see MK has been what? Has been replaced with Francis, ladies and gentlemen. So the other thing is selecting. You can select the entire work or in your Microsoft, or you can select certain objects in Microsoft Excel. Then you can also use this microphone. This one will enable you to detect, like you can see, whenever you are writing. Now everything I'm talking is going to be writing on my workspace. This one, it helps you especially if you don't have good speed at typing using the keyboard, you can use this button so that whenever you are typing, Microsoft Word will help you to write or to type automatically what you are talking about. So when you are done, go ahead and disable it, and then from there everything will have to stop, and then you can go ahead and maybe edit where you have some spelling errors, some spelling problem, and everything is fine. And then finally we have this tool here which is called the editor. This one it gives you a layout where you look at the corrections, refinement, and the similarities. You look at different options like where you find you have some problem errors and in terms of your words. So when you learn how to use all these tools, all these are found in the home tab. When you learn how to use that, this is the first step to understanding the use of Microsoft Word. In the next video, we are going to see how we can use other tabs like the Insert tab, Draw tab, and so on as we master Microsoft Word 2019. And I said all the techniques I've shown you can also be used in other versions of Microsoft Word. Thank you very much for watching. Let's catch up in the next video, ladies and gentlemen. And remember to subscribe and also share this, and also go to our website, register. When you register, you'll get access to all other videos in different fields and other opportunities found in Tebtalks. Otherwise, thank you guys. We love you so much. Let's catch up in the next video.